Thank you very much for allowing me to say a few words to you today on this issue of enormous importance to all of us in every country on earth. As you know, 1 year ago, on March 11th, 2020, the World Health Organization declared the COVID-19 outbreak to be a global pandemic. Since that day, our lives have changed in ways that we could not have imagined. In order to slow the virus down, we have been painfully separated from our families and from our friends. Many have lost jobs and struggled to provide basic necessities for their kids amid this lockdown. Worldwide, over 116 million people have been infected and more than 2.5 million people have died from this virus. Here in the United States, we have lost over 500,000 people, and many of those who have survived will continue to endure its lingering effects for many years. One thing that this pandemic has shown us, beyond any doubt, is that we are all in this together. This virus does not respect borders. The only way we are going to get through this crisis is to do everything we can to make sure that a vaccine is available to all people around the world as quickly as humanly possible. Let me be very clear by stating the obvious. Vaccinations work and are responsible for reducing the incidence of and even eliminating many dangerous but preventable diseases. And that is why I am here today to announce my strong support for the movement to create a people's vaccine as an essential step in containing and ending the COVID-19 pandemic. The U.S. government, that is the American taxpayer, has invested billions of dollars to speed the development and the manufacturing of COVID-19 vaccines. Thus far, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, has granted emergency use authorization to vaccines manufactured by Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. It is anticipated that additional vaccines will receive this authorization soon. To my mind, we must continue to support publicly funded medical research and the work of our public health agencies to find new ways to prevent and treat COVID-19. But we must also make sure that the benefits are broadly shared by the taxpayers who paid for them, not just the wealthy few. It is unconscionable that amid a global health crisis, huge multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies continue to prioritize profits by protecting their monopolies and driving up prices rather than prioritizing the lives of people everywhere, including in the global south. Our government has invested enormous sums of taxpayer dollars into the production of these technologies. All people should benefit, not just a few already obscenely wealthy CEOs and shareholders in the wealthiest country on earth. We need a people's vaccine, not a profit vaccine. President Biden and his foreign policy team have repeatedly made it clear that the United States should play a major role in promoting global cooperation and innovation. They have said that after the reckless foreign policy of the Trump years, that, and I quote President Biden, "America is back," end quote. Well, I believe that a very good way to demonstrate that American values are back is for the United States to play a leading role in facilitating the production and delivery of these life-saving vaccines and in sharing the innovative technologies for producing them. And that is why today I am sending a letter to the Biden administration to support a proposal to waive vaccine-related intellectual property rights at the World Trade Organization so that we can rapidly expand supplies of vaccines. Ending this pandemic requires collaboration, solidarity, and empathy. It requires a very different mindset, a mindset that puts people over profits at every turn. The pharmaceutical companies must not block this effort, and I join you in your request to temporarily waive WTO intellectual property protections on COVID-19 medical technologies during the pandemic. Transferring these life-saving technologies is not just about responding to this pandemic. It's about preparing for the next one. And we know the next pandemic is not a matter of if, but when. Please know that I am an ally in your efforts to guarantee that all citizens in every country on earth, rich or poor, have access to this vaccine. Thank you again for inviting me, and I look forward to working with you to do everything we can to protect every person on this planet until this pandemic is over. Thank you very much.